Kathleen's fable this morning imagined stoneworkers building the famous Salisbury Cathedral centuries ago in England. And it asks us to consider what we would feel if we believed we were dedicated to something like building a cathedral. What if we understood ourselves as part of something greater, believing we were contributing to a grand vision of a better world? And for myself, I think it would satisfy our spirits and keep morale high. A big vision gives us shelter and hope in the midst of crisis. And here at UCM, it may look like we're simply hanging out on a Sunday morning, but we are also building a cathedral, a grand vision, all of us together. Our Unitarian Universalist Cathedral looks very different from the Gothic Salisbury Cathedral. We are not made of stones and stained glass, but from hospitality and care. Our cathedral is made of the web of relationships between us, invisible but invaluable. It's formed from our learning programs, fellowship lunches, and committee meetings, from our service to the larger community. It arises out of all the good work you do, all the gifts you bring. We are seeking to make a temple open to all, celebrating the ever-unfolding mystery of the universe on foundations secure on this blue-green earth. A temple that lives into the hope of a loving and just society based in interdependence. And the frame we're creating is strong and flexible and can and must grow ever wider so that this temple can offer hope for the seekers of today and for generations to come. This is a grand vision worthy of our time and efforts. And we've been steadily building this worthy temple these past 7 years since you first asked me to be your minister. We have done great work. Hooray for us! And there's always more to do. And we haven't always done things well. Mistakes have been made, and that's the messy nature of religious community, of really any community. When we're forgetting tasks and missing the email we really needed to read before the meeting, we are also singing together, caring for each other, creating this chalice community that offers a vision of a good way to be in the world. It's one that is needed and necessary. In Japanese business culture, there's a term called kaizen, which roughly translates to ongoing change for good. Now, kaizen arose in the business world as a way to improve efficiency and productivity, but the overall concept is really healthy evolution. Make small changes respectfully. Good processes deliver good results. Work as a team. Know that failure is part of the process. No blame. And I think in the past 7 years, we've been practicing a form of Kaizen, small, continuous improvements. And I know I am so proud of how successfully we are living our mission to deepen in spirit, nurture community, and act for an equitable, sustainable world. We have spiritual programs where we consider our values and beliefs. We have caring connections, so much in evidence yesterday for Kathy. And we act in so many ways, like helping at Pathway Housing. UCM is firmly rooted in spirit, community, and action. Hooray for us, hooray! Even our mission is one of those small improvements. We created it together in my second year. Since that time, we've also moved from a 9-person board to a 7-person board. Service leaders now form the worship committee. We've added electric payment options for pledges. And these might seem like sort of trivial administrative changes, but good processes deliver good results. And they have helped us to work better and focus on our mission. And there are big things too, like sponsoring so many refugee families that I've actually lost track of the number that we have helped bring to Canada. I have a very long list of all the good things we've done, and I hope you do too. We're living our mission based in spirit, community, and action. We're building a temple to that vision of a truly just, loving, and interdependent society. And we're doing it right now as this virtual online community, mistakes and all, and we'll be living it in the fall when we begin again in a new way as a multi-platform congregation. And that means we'll offer some in-person activities and others online via Zoom and social media. And our Sunday services will be live streamed to YouTube. And becoming multi-platform is an opportunity. It's a chance to think about how we're doing things. We may let go of some things and develop new activities and ways to work. UCM will look a little different, and that's okay. This is an ongoing change to better live our mission. This is part of that Kaizen experience. The fundamentals stay the same, just as they have when we're online. And we're going to be intentional. Good processes create good results, and we want to use volunteer time wisely and well. We want to nurture this community, protect the vulnerable, and keep our long-distance members connected. And we want to be together in our beloved community building again so that the cat is not participating in the service quite so enthusiastically. We also have plans to find ways to serve the larger community and amplify our voice. We're making connections with the Compass, the food bank that's in Port Credit, and we have a new outreach team. And this afternoon, we may make history as the first Canadian UU congregation to adopt the 8th principle, to affirm and promote individual and communal action that accountably dismantles racism and other oppressions in ourselves and in our institutions. And then we have more work to do. Leadership training and anti-racism practices, working with local anti-oppression advocacy groups, learning to see white privilege and do that inner work so that we can continue to serve our mission. And I know we can do this. We're a curious and compassionate group, willing to learn and grow even when it makes us uncomfortable. And this is work worth doing. When I was preparing for today's service, I looked back at my annual reports over the years, and I saw that in my second year I wrote, I've discovered this congregation has a great ability to say yes. And that is still true. Just look at that chat and all that we've said yes to over the last 7 years, from Syrian refugees to truth and reconciliation, to renewing our welcoming status to the Green Sanctuary. We have a great ability to open our arms wide and say yes. Together, we've built a spiritual community of great value. Out of hospitality and care, out of working together, out of our principles and aspirations. Be proud, celebrate each other, celebrate the good we do, and know that we're not done building this cathedral. We will never be done making it truly welcoming to all who need us. So let's keep doing this great work. So say we all.